I'd rather not discuss that particular matter. Do you value your head?
Your Majesty, I'm deeply honoured that you've agreed to this interview. I understand you've been feeling rather unwell of late.
Yes, one's leg does trouble one considerably, though I dare say it troubles my physicians more. They seem rather nervous when treating it. Can't imagine why.
Indeed. Looking back over your reign, what would you consider your greatest achievement?
Breaking from Rome, without question. England is now master of its own spiritual destiny, with myself as supreme head of the church. Though I must say, it wasn't entirely my idea. That business with Anne Boleyn rather forced my hand.
Ah, yes. Queen Anne. Would you say she was the great love of your life?
I'd rather not discuss that particular matter. Do you value your head?
Yes, I do.
Though I will say this, she gave me Elizabeth, and whatever else one might say about Anne, Elizabeth has her mother's spirit. Whether that's a blessing or a curse remains to be seen.
Quite. Perhaps we could discuss your earlier years. I understand you were quite the athlete in your youth.
Indeed, I could outride, outshoot, and outjoust any man in England. Did you know I once appeared at a tournament dressed as a mysterious knight, unknown to all? The crowd went wild when I revealed myself. Ah, those were glorious days.
And you were quite accomplished in other areas as well. Music, languages, theology.
Indeed, I am most accomplished in music. Pastime with good company. That's mine, you know. A king must excel in all things, though I confess, these days I prefer to have others perform while I, supervise.
Your Majesty has certainly left an indelible mark on English history. Do you ever regret any of your more controversial decisions?
Regret? A king does not regret. A king acts as he must for the good of his realm and the security of his succession. Though, perhaps I could have been kinder to Catherine of Aragon. She was a good woman, if stubborn to a fault.
And what of your son, Edward? What future do you envision for him?
Ah, my boy, he has the Tudor intelligence and his mother Jane's gentle nature. He will be a fine king, though hopefully not for many years yet.
One final question, if I may be so bold. How would you like history to remember King Henry VIII?
As a king who did what was necessary, who made England great, and who was blessed with an abundance of marital experience. Speaking of which, I hear there's a new lady at court who caught the eye of one of my advisers. Perhaps I should meet her, for diplomatic reasons, of course.
Thank you, Your Majesty, for sharing your thoughts so candidly.
You might ask the leaders of the Pilgrimage of Grace how candid I can be, although I suppose you can't, can you? Now, I believe it's time for my dinner.
If you enjoyed this interview, please like and subscribe.